Tighten Up Wednesday, everybody. It's Chris Denman live in St. Louis. Get your drink, get your smoke, get your Sherri Shepherd doll. It's time to party. Sherri Shepherd's on the show tonight. B's dancing already. Get those cash apps in. Look at Grace with her Carol Baskin
Grace,
jacket on.
Lean back, lean back, lean back.
Get ready. We're making up for last night. We're going to have some fun tonight. Tristan's our feature. Sherri's here to party before she goes out and performs at 3 clubs tonight. Hey, Grace is really on one. Hello. Oh, Sherri's got the spirit. Cheer her on. Oh my gosh. Is that a Lakers?
That's how you do it, Chris.
Is that a Lakers girl or is that a daytime talk show host? My God.
Oh my gosh, that's a girl who was looking for her bra real quick. I was like, I didn't know it was y'all done changed up so much. It's dancing.
That's right. That's how we do it. We got the tight song, so we have to get up and show love to my soror Lauren, who gives us that lovely ass music.
Sounds of Noel.
It gets me going. So I love hearing that bass thump. How are you, Chris?
I'm great. I'm excited to have Sherri on here tonight. You got your the original crew back in order. We got Grace on the board tonight. I'm going to jump off here and let you all focus on each other. I think this is kind of important for you and Sherri to catch back up.
Yes, and look at us. We doing Tighten Up Tuesday on a Wiggle in the Middle Wednesday. It's fucking me up. So,
real quick. I gotta get it. B, yeah, it is a Wednesday. And
it is a Wednesday.
English John, my business partner, gave Spectrum the earful of all earfuls for our outage that we experienced in the neighborhood last night. So apologies for everyone that tuned in, but thank you for coming back. I knew you'd be back here to support B and Sherri, so that's what's going on tonight.
It just shows you, Chris, that even if you don't pay your Spectrum bill.
What if it was that? I was like, listen, we just need to cash up like $17 more.
Exactly.
And we're gonna
And I said to I would say Chris ain't gonna be able to get no movies. His poor behind, boy. That hold him at night, 2 in the morning, the movies.
I said, Lord, I hope Sherri and Kym paid their portion of the bill so that they could.
It did make me call Spectrum. It made me call Spectrum
so they could pay Spectrum.
Yeah.
But you know what? I went on Facebook Live and found out it definitely, because Chris, I didn't know if you was telling the truth or not, so I had to call my people in St. Louis and be like, yo, is it out there? Because I know you down the street off of Euclid and Lindo. And my people was like, yeah, my shit is out over here. And then people was like, oh, no, cuz I was like, I don't know what's going on, because Spectrum is the only shit that work in St. Louis. So if it's out in one spot, it should be out everywhere. But Chris, it came back on like a half hour later and shit. I was on the phone with Sherri, and then I went to bed, and she went to bed.
Oh my God!
Like, we can't be doing no podcast starting at 11.
Look, Chris, this was B-Phlat. She was talking to me, and she was like, and the phone thing. She said, "That's Chris. I ain't answering that. I ain't answering that. 11 o'clock and shit. You know I gotta go to bed. I'm up all late. Ain't nobody gonna want to go damn.
This is why I missed your ass being on the show, because I love hearing you imitate me, because you sound just like me. I'm so mad I ain't got no chipmunk ass voice to do you. I wish I had a Chris, that's where I get mad. I can't imitate Sherri ass. All I can do is do like this and try to fix my wig.
Here, let's try it. B, all right. B, yes. How okay, you're walking out. It's your first day on the Sherri show. You're Sherri Shepherd. Take it away.
Oh, shit. Wait a minute. Hold up. This Sherri. You know her titties come out first. Wait a minute. This shit. Look, because you know she knocked me and shit. This Sherri right here. Hey, everybody. And get me on my good side. Welcome to the Sherri show. You know she gotta do this, her titties jiggle a little bit.
You got me with
that's Sherri working out.
Yes, I am.
I got her.
Knock it.
I can definitely imitate the body language, but I can't do the voice.
If you like what you see, if you like Sherri's impression of B, if you like B's impression of Sherri, be sure to tickle that Cash App, people. That's right. $sign
you know what,
B-Phlat.
Chris? I told you now, we ain't gonna keep begging. And I'm saying it's begging at this point. You know that ain't Sherri's word.
No, but you
We
set
got my
new goals.
computer.
No.
We got my computer. And if people
B,
want to donate to keep the show rolling and like my future frugal flips and stuff like that, I totally appreciate it. But Chris be putting me out there. I know you put me out there, Chris. You put me out there like my husband don't take care of me and shit.
Oh no!
Yo, like
this has gotten really taboo.
I be feeling like Bojangle and shit. I ain't want to say it. No, I'm just playing. No, I love it that. You know what? People love to support the show, but I don't want to feel like, they got to just always cash at me, because believe me, we've reached the goal and I still have to do the report. But I love that people still do, because they know I still have projects coming up, things that they want to support, and they know shit is coming up. So they'll send it in advance and they'll be like, yo, this is for your food for your next frugal flip, or this is to buy some ink. Still ain't got my back teeth yet, but that kind of stuff. So I appreciate it. I ain't getting no back teeth. Oh shit, go Gabrielle. Gabrielle Turner said, she said the money, she said, do what you like. So for those,
so tell me, B.
Yes.
Can you tell me, like, I've been gone, and can you tell me about your blessing from the donations of people investing in you?
Okay, first of all, I let Chris know earlier. Now I'm having a flashback.
Oh, don't go into detail.
Okay.
So everybody knows. We've already talked about this. I forgot. So everybody knows. So I just want to say, it's just so great that people believe in you and
yes, they do.
Are just investing in your future. You're investing in the big picture, is what we say. And the big picture is you having your own frugal flip show. And we talked about something yesterday for the Sherri show.
Yes.
Somehow you coming in. Somehow, I think it would be very funny. We're still trying to figure out what the tone of this show will be. So
right.
In the meantime,
I do know it's going to be around something glamorous, Sherri, because you're glamorous. So I'm sure you're going to want to hand out some tips.
All right.
That kind of stuff. I can come in with that because I got the frugal flip tips. You got the white teeth. You get them done. I got the strawberries. Shit, rub the strawberries on your teeth. So, anyway.
Did you know you're supposed to, your one segment that you're supposed to brush the roof of your mouth?
Oh, yeah, I know that. And your tongue. I do, and my tongue.
I just realized about the roof. Did you know that, Chris? I brush my tongue, but my mama never told me to brush the roof of my mouth. I just found that out 3 days ago.
That's because it takes extra toothpaste. And then you don't really need it for that.
Hey, how they hold it down.
Do that at the end when you rinse your toothbrush and scrub up there. But you can't be taking no extra toothpaste to do the roof.
I didn't know, because I floss 3-4 times a day. I brush 3-4 times a day, because Whoopi Goldberg did a segment on The View about flossing, because she almost lost all her teeth because she didn't floss. And I just floss, and I do Listerine, and I brush my tongue, the side of it, inside my teeth. I did not know you're supposed to brush the roof of your mouth. And so I've been doing it.
I don't do all of that. I don't do all that every day. I don't even remember last time I flossed, maybe like a month ago.
Oh, but girl, all that food,
I know you should, but you know what I figure? All right, everybody gonna see me try to fuck this fly up. Excuse me. I don't know how a fly got down here in my basement, but I got my magazine right here ready.
Oh
my good magazine.
You ain't invented a flask water yet? A homemade flask water?
I can't find it. I was looking for it like crazy, but I'm like, why should I be looking for a fly swatter in March anyway? How a fly get down here in my basement? That's how I know the world's going crazy. It's cold outside. So I got that mother. See, that's why I'm having flashback from the front. I have a thing about flies. Look,
you just got rid of the
I know. I can't have no stuff flying around me while I'm trying to do my show. And I think
don't you hate it when it buzzes in your ear, B, when you sleeping like a mosquito or something?
Because I've been kilted by it, Sherri. I'll spend my whole day. You already know how I get down. Anyway, this is why I brought the toilet paper out, because I knew Sherri was going to be on the show. And I was going to be talking shit. And I ain't had this out in 10 weeks.
It's been a minute.
This is what keeps me moving. It's been a minute, ain't it, Chris? So,
Can I give you a fun fact about Donald Trump?
What's the fun fact?
Donald Trump gave, in the Trump building, He has an entire floor with Ivanka Trump's shoes on it because her shoes were like at Nordstrom's, and he used to have it looked like a department store. And he gave me a ton of Ivanka shoes. You know, I tried to sell them damn shoes last year at a garage sale and on eBay, and nobody bought them. I said President's Day sale. Nobody bought them.
Don't nobody want them. That's why they got them in Trump Tower, trying to sell them out of there, because don't nobody want them. They said, come get this shit and put it in your own space. Ain't nobody buying her purses, her scarves, none of that. They not.
I still got them. If anybody wants them, I still got my Ivanka Trump.
Well, when I come out there to pick out what I want, you make sure I don't pick up none of that.
Oh yes, I just because I have to move to New York, and
what are you moving to New York for?
Because I got this talk show coming up. But here's the thing: I'm looking for a furnished apartment. I'm looking because otherwise it's gonna cost to bring all this stuff out here, and I don't know where I'm gonna live for the first year. So for the first year, I just want a furnished apartment. So I am literally selling everything, giving away most things, because that's what I do. Every house I move out of, I give everything away. When I was in Jersey, I had my girlfriends come over and I said, take whatever you want from my closet. Here's some golf clubs.
Well, see, I gotta come and do that. I'm coming to do it, Sherri, but at the same time I gotta do my research and look at the shit that you already wore somewhere that people saw, so I don't be having it on, because they'd be like, oh damn, ain't that Sherri Shepherd had that purple jumpsuit on. So I got my wardrobe log.
No, well then I'll have to do a video. We'll do a FaceTime. But you remember all those fedoras you had put in, because I think I had like 9 or 10. I'm giving the fedoras away. Somebody already asked if they could have the fedoras, so I'm giving those away. So I really want to do a state of fans. Like, I can't give out my address while I'm still living here. That's not being wise. But before I go, if I could just leave some stuff and say to some fans, this is my address. Come to my house and grab what you grab
the stuff. Well, I'm getting there before you do that. Because I'm going to have my shit laid out on a sheet and be like, Sherri wore this on that. I don't want that. But she didn't wear this. I want that. And I can't fit these. And
yes. I got like 50 or 60 pairs of gym shoes. I'm giving those away. I got designer gym, everything.
You got anything in a 14?
Gym shoes.
I don't have anything in a 14. I got rid of him.
There you go. That was easy. Chris,
I still pay him alimony, but I got rid of him. So go ahead, girl.
Joining the show. Yes, it's so great to see. I was like, Sherri better put her face on this show and just say hi to everybody and thank everybody for voting for the NAACP inventory. Because, we was on the campaign over here on this bitch. Yes, that's why. Because we was like, we was promoting like crazy. So I was like, Sherri's going to come on and say hi and thank you.
And I appreciate you asking the fans to vote for us, because they came through, because we had very stiff competition. We was up against Tamar Braxton. She had 4 sisters and a mama that was promoting for her. We were up against Michelle Williams. She got Beyonce and Jay-Z. So that scared me a little bit. And
no, honey, you won because you got the Picassos behind you.
Oh, wow, humble of you.
And the Picasso, yes, and the two funny mama fans, just their fans in general, and then the Picassos jumped on. Shit,
yes, beautiful.
Everybody, and you know what it takes to vote so many times that a person can win, how much dedication and commitment.
Yes.
And so we're so very, very thankful. We wish we could give you an award, B, but they only gave us 3. So
Oh, girl, I ain't worried about it. I'm getting me one of them 3D printers. Print my shit up myself. I'm printing my shit up myself. And have me an NAACP image sitting right up here on top of my box.
Sherri,
my wine box.
She'll be able to smoke out of hers.
Okay.
There you go. So I ain't even worried about it, because I know I ain't never going to get no image award. They ain't never going to give me no image award.
Absolutely you will.
Girl, now with me over here drinking. And they gonna look at all the videos and they be like, she be smoking, and somebody on that board knows somebody that own a weed farm, and they gonna say, but you know what? We can get her a weed sponsor. That's all I need, and a wine sponsor.
Well, that's what Chris needs to go after. We got to get your numbers up, and we got to get you a weed sponsor, or like an edible sponsor.
That's right. I don't do the edibles because I ain't trying to eat all that.
But would you turn them down as sponsors?
I wouldn't turn them down, but I would tell them I'm not eating that shit.
Okay.
I know me.
Anyway, let's do some.
Let me move on.
Sponsor coaching.
There are we have to do some sponsor coaching. Let me just say this. I've been asked to be on some food shows, right?
Ooh.
But I turned them down because you have to eat the shit that's on the show. You have to be able to taste all that, and I don't. And they were like,
What's
I'm
the problem?
vegan because I
Well,
wouldn't
tell
be
them to
able to
make a
eat.
vegan dish.
Yeah.
Tell them to
Girl,
make a vegan
that was one of the stipulations that you have to be able to eat all of like the things that and I was like, I'm not eating that shit. I don't eat meat. I don't eat chicken. I don't eat. And they were like, oh, then you can't be on the show. So I was like,
Did
well, I
you
won't be on the
ask them
show.
if they did you ask them if they could adjust the menu to your
No,
dietary
it's
needs?
that no, and I'm not getting ready to put them out there, but it was 2 cooking shows. To be on the cooking show is one of them. Let me be quick. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Girl, let me move on and
Start
say
your
hi
show.
to people.
Start
and
your
start
show.
the show and let people know that are joining us on a Wednesday, on a Wiggle in the Middle Wednesday, that the show is normally on a Tuesday, and you're joining us on my B-Phlat live DIY podcast, Tighten Up Tuesdays, where we flip your shit and make it fly. Here we just show people how to BIY. People are showing me how to BIY, and we use the BIY because it's my show. So we don't DIY, we BIY.
Mhm.
Shout out to all my Picassos. So with that being said, Chris, we have a special edition today because I'm showing the frugal flip that I did over the weekend in 2 parts. So before I get into it, of course, I want to give a shout out to Akila, who gave us food donations. A shout out to Chef Devin, who made us this lovely tray of all different kind of meats and vegetables and veggies and fruits and
So
chutneys.
nice.
I took a picture of it. I'm going to show it.
Yeah,
and
chutneys?
Plush vodka. Yeah, it was different chutneys. He made.
Chutneys.
A lot of people may not know what chutneys are, but they're like spreads.
Yeah.
More like it'd be a jelly spread, or it could
Jelly.
be a vegetable chutney, but they're good. Anyway, we had those, and Plush Vodka sponsored us. They hit us up in Instagrams like, yo, we like your flip. We're gonna sponsor some vodka and tell you where to pick it up. Yeah, so it was amazing. We had a good time. So I definitely wanted to give a shout out to them. I definitely got to give a shout out to Tristan Johnson. Now let me not get him confused with Tristan Jackson, who was on our show tonight as our feature, showing everybody live demonstrations from her tool shop on how to do things. So with that being said, I do want to show his rendition of me. So Sherri, now, right, I was like, he trying to give my man Quincy a run for his money, but he not, because Quincy painted and drew this.
Oh, look at
And
that.
this gentleman did like something kind of like I do, draw over the picture. He has a couple of applications. So if you see this picture behind me, that's from my Picasso Quincy in St. Louis. I put that up on my wall. Yes, because it's super dope. So anyway, I don't have any. I need to post more flag rack pictures, and I am. Y'all just y'all.
Oh,
gotta
you
work
have
with us.
people taking pictures of them with the flash
Oh
rag?
yes. So I've been posting them on the show, but now I've been putting them on my Frugal Flip page. So
Yes.
I need to keep pushing that. I didn't get any new posts this week, but don't forget to get y'all flash rags. They still out there. People still sweating. Sweat don't go away, and everybody ain't got them. So make sure you get your hot flash rags. If you want to call them gym sweat rags, whatever you want to refer to when you're using them. I know what they are when I see them. So get them. And with that being said, let me go ahead and read Maya's card before we get into the frugal flip, because I know you're not going to be able to be with us all night. And I do want you to see the first part of the flip. So with that being said, shout out to Maya Bean, the Guiding Light Guru. And today's card is enchantment. Ideas and creativity are blocked by your ego mind. Feel pleasure and joy in all that you do. It is a state of being. Find it in music, singing, dancing, writing, and fully expressing yourself. So that's our card for today, courtesy of Maya.
Oh,
so ain't that nice?
Maya be sending you the dope cards.
Yes, she does. I got the stack, and I know she did say that she's sending me some in the mail. I went to check my PO box yesterday. I didn't check it today, so I have to look for that because I know she sent a deck for you and Kym.
That should
You
be.
got your PO box.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
Sherri.
Sherri, girl,
We're-
please.
We're in
We
the
moving on like an old
deluxe
song.
deluxe
Singing and
apartment in the
singing
sky.
Because
still
B-Flat was getting
enjoying.
everything to her real government name right at the house. All
Dennis,
these boxes.
Dennis was done. Dennis
was done with that,
with it.
honey. I'm checking the PO box and shit. Girl, you got to stop by more often because every time you stop by, we just moving on up like the Jeffersons. We moving on up. Like we started out, they said level up. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to level up.
And I'm hot flashing now. Chris, can you please, good Lord, take it out of what we pay you every month. Can you send me 3 of those hot flash rags? When I tell you, I've just started that my lady journey, and it feels like an inferno in my body. Like literally,
all you gotta do is this.
Turned up the heat, yes. And then I wear these wigs. They're so long and they're thick, and so the back of my
put it up.
I see why women go bald, like they shave all their hair.
Oh, look, I did it today. Look.
Oh, girl, yes.
So we need some flash rags.
Wipe on the side. We're going to get Sherri some flash rags.
I need, please send me a couple
send
sets
Sherri
of flash
and
rags.
Kym a pack. I don't know what Kym going through.
Flashing too.
Oh, yeah, send them some damn flash rags. They should have been.
I got to do 3 comedy clubs tonight, but as soon as I'm done, this wig is coming, when I tell you, off. It's coming off.
Send Sherri and Kym a pack of flash rags courtesy of buyjack.com.
Courtesy.
/B-Flat part.
Okay.
So
Just start a tab. Okay, sure.
That's right. Let me read my DYK so that we can get into the flip. So my DYK today is dedicated to Sarah E. Good. Let's not get her confused with Sarah Boone, the other black lady who patented her rendition to the ironing board. Today we are honoring, and I'm trying to stick with women since it is Women History Month. We're honoring Sarah E. Boone, who invented the folding cabinet bed, which is the precursor to the Murphy's bed. So let me just give y'all some quick facts. Yes, ma'am. Miss Good, born as Sarah Elijah Jacobs in 1885, Toledo, Ohio. Ohio, the same year the Fugitive Slave Act was enacted. Sarah Jacobs married Archie Good, who was originally from Wise County, Virginia. They had 6 children, and Archie described himself as a stair builder and an upholsterer, and together they opened a furniture store. Sarah Good invented a folding cabinet bed, which helped people who lived in tight housing to efficiently utilize their limited spacing. Good heard of this problem from customers in her furniture store in Chicago and set out to make a solution. Good's bed could be folded up and it looked like a desk. So if you look at this rendition we have up here, I'm not a rendition, I'm sorry, her actual patent, it looked like a desk with room for storage. She received a patent for July 14th, 1885 and given the patent number, I don't need to read that. Her invention was the precursor to the Murphy's bed, which was patented in 1900. So there you have it.
How'd they get that thing home? It's not like they had station wagons back then. But they put it on a horse and buggy?
Probably, they had the so this was in 85, around that
cars
time.
Then in
1855.
No, that would have been horses.
No, they had they had
a mule.
They probably had Harriet.
What those horses felt when they
had Jane Pittman pulling the wagon and the horses in the back with the cabinet, and your girl was out there like this.
How'd it
she
go?
Was getting it. The horses had they pushing the wagon.
Look what you've been missing, Sherri.
The desk, and Jane Pittman was doing like this. You saw Jane Pittman pulling that. Oh, so that's how they did it back then. They had us pulling wagons and the horses pushing them. So anyway,
Sherri, you be careful. Sherri, you're taking down a lot of water. I need you to really be careful tonight. This is a funny show. You be careful.
DYK for the week. Shout out again to Sarah Boone, and a shout out to all the people that continuously send me the information to post. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you. Although I looked that one up myself, but still, I appreciate the information that coming through. So if you didn't hear me read one of your DYKs, do believe it is coming up. And before I get into my frugal flip, because Sherri, I know you got to go. I just want to say I hope.
I knew it. I knew it was
2 places. You got to go there and somewhere else. I want to say to my people that are featuring, remember, if you are, don't forget to put it in the subject line that you want to feature on the show, and send me some photos so that myself and my assistant Daphne, let me go on and shout Daphne out. Did we throw her information up? Yes. Remember, she is a wonderful writer. All this stuff that I have before me, my information that I need to read, Daphne is on point. She sends it to me.
What's she write?
She writes everything. She wrote our intro. She is a writer. She used to write for a newspaper in Dallas. So when the COVID hit, she obviously making, outsourcing herself, and she has people that write for her. And she does great editing. She writes for travel magazines, booking agencies, just, all type of writing. So I love the fact that she's helping me with my bio. She wrote my treatment for my pitch for this show. And my manager that I was looking through, she was like, she's a dope writer. So I gave her like the 19 points that I wanted in my pitch for this show, and she wrote it. And it is so on point. So
question for you. I need a bio.
Yes.
I need an updated bio.
She does that, Sherri. She's doing mine. She's updating my bios on Facebook, Instagram. Her wording is just amazing. Ask Chris, because he has to read shit she wrote. Ask Chris, ain't it dope? So anyway.
I thought that was later in the show.
She's amazing. So I just wanted to give a shout out. I didn't want to forget, because I was supposed to do that up front. I didn't want to forget.
Real quick.
Give a shout out, because she's super amazing, and I love that she's working for me.
Before you dive into it, let's say hey to the nearly 600 people that showed up on a Wednesday for you.
That's
so
what's
far.
up. Go ahead. Please do.
Monica really enjoyed the DYK segment. MM is offering his services as a fanboy for Sherri in-house.
Okay.
If you'd like to do that. Cheryl B's laughing still about, Cheryl's laughing about B talking about Jane Pittman.
That right there, I'm gonna do a cash app on that myself.
Oh my gosh, that was so good. Regina's here. That's part of the Three Amigos, and we always love Regina checking in. Taina's mouthing off, Jamie's mouthing off, Atabase Corner's mouthing off. It's a wild one in there. So
when you say mouthing off, Chris, what does that mean?
That means they're talking smack at me mostly.
Shit. Oh.
Mostly, probably speaking in
they
French.
They were singing your song yesterday, Chris.
They're Haitian.
Everybody hates Chris.
Because people get ready. The consistency is the key. I just finished my cash app. Yep, it's
you cash app.
Oh shit! I gotta get up and.
Oh boy! Yeah, you gotta dance.
It's gonna be a lot.
Do the Jane Pittman dance.
To play some music.
Do the Jane Pittman dance.
Grace gonna have to play. Wait a minute, shit! There's so many people that cash app. I gotta give a shout out. Grace gonna have to play some music.
Heaven Sent loves the Picassos. Heather's laughing hard. Baddest Joanna's in the house. Riri's laughing. Lauraville, Chris, you need a real quick T-shirt. Do I say that a lot? I think I do.
Clarissa, Kathy, Natalie. Oh, Kalisa. Oh, that's a new one. Oh, this is Kalisa.
Hey, Sherri.
Miguel, he did it late. He didn't want to be first today because he cashed at me yesterday, 8 o'clock. Oh, go,
remember
Jamie.
Earlier,
Michelle.
Sherri? I don't want to.
Michael.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Jamila's laughing. Susan's laughing. Everybody's in the comments.
Pittman. I didn't get my Jane Pittman. Good one.
Wait a minute.
What are you doing?
The Jane Pittman.
Oh gosh.
I can't handle this. Words of encouragement from Tanya, from
Super
Francis, CB, Felicia, Claire, Joy.
Oh
My gosh.
I'm a mess. Okay. So
Real quick, Joy makes a good point. She said Jeffrey can't even get away from his mom because she's moving to New York.
No, it's right with me.
People
Right
remember.
where he wants
People
to
remember
be.
him declaring he was moving to New York. So
He was
Yes,
so
and
mad
that's-
when I told him I was moving to New York. He was like, not you, me.
You.
You can't move to New York because I'm moving to New York. He was like, you won't leave me alone.
oh, I love it.
Poor
my
Jeffrey.
God.
Did I give a shout out to Natalie?
Who knows?
Did I give a shout out to Sherri? Oh, I just want to make sure.
Good.
That Sherri is me.
Oh, it's Sherri. Oh, let me do the Sherri. Ooh, this way you got.
When I
Okay,
tell
I'll be
you,
Let's get into the frugal flip. So for people joining us on a Wednesday,
Yes.
have never watched this show before, people will call me and say, can you please show me what I can do with this spot? I only got $200 and I really want to flip something in my house, a room or a space. So I went to do Kaya's flip. There that flip go. I went to do Kaya's motherfucker.
Sherri.
I went to do Kaya's flip.
She's so focused.
And I'm sorry, people. This is what happens.
we don't take anybody under the umbrella of Two Funny Mamas that's not unfocused.
Right. Yeah. God
I'm
forbid.
sorry, but the fly is like, y'all gonna see the shit go across the screen, and then you're
Sherri.
gonna see me go.
All right, Sherri. It's a sitcom. You're presenting to the writers a character by the name of B. She smokes. She's wild. She does all this stuff. Is the fly too on the nose? Did they throw that out of the writers' room where she gets super focused when a fly comes on screen? Like, does that get thrown out of the writers' room?
No, you keep it. I've enjoyed seeing this fly bug.
That's amazing.
This is not my day. I'm not into the flies. Y'all think it's funny.
Nicole's asking if the fly came back to life.
I thought I got it because it's a black spot over here. Let me get it with this piece of. Well, maybe he's flying around with one wing.
Maybe you got a friend.
Yeah. Oh, that was ashes. Shit, I thought I had got the fly. That was ashes. When I hit it. Anyway.
Oh gosh.
For the people that are joining us, I'm getting ready to show you. Actually, this flip takes 2 days, but I normally take 4 days. Because what I do is go over a day before. So what you're going to see is the pre-setup. And then you'll actually see the first day of the flip and kind of where we left off. And then next week, I'm going to show the actual reveal.
Ooh.
So let's jump into Kaya's frugal flip. It's been a long day. So what I'm doing now, for those of you that don't know, is preparing for my second frugal flip here in Philadelphia. And I have to pack a lot of shit to take. My first frugal flip, thank you. People brought shit. They had shit. And I didn't have to bring anything other than a track system. But for this frugal flip, I have to pack shit to take. So I made a list of all the things. It's actually 2 pages. I'm super tired.
What is happening?
Oh, it was 11 o'clock at night.
And you chose to keep this in?
Yes. Shit, this is what I got to do. People need to know. Go through all this stuff. Even this. I'll be up, and Dennis be looking at me crazy like, you don't lay the fuck down. Everything that I need for this flip. So, here's the process.
Oh God.
Yes, Chris. I want people to know that I really dig in. This is what I do, and it's no man. I was tired, but that's not the point. I have to do what I got to do.
Tanya says it was fun to watch and turned out beautifully.
Thank you.
It looks
Thank
great.
you. See, because they was watching all weekend. I was going live all weekend, just letting people see what we were doing. So I literally went through everything that's on that list, like the type of screws that I'm going to need, the type of for different things that I'm working with, because I didn't want to take everything, but it seems like I did. So those are the trays that I spray painted and a couple vases.
Oh wow!
All of them little plastic trays. We put those in the drawer. So these are things that I'm packing up from my house to take over there. So this is the day before on that Friday.
Oh, wow.
So the next photo, this is the glassware and stuff I took over there so that we could spray paint and do different things to make, just little vases and tea light candles or whatever. So these are just things that I've been collecting to contribute. And then the next photo is wood and different things that I had to take over, to work on some stuff there. So
how you gonna get that to her place?
In the car. Just put the shit in there.
Yeah,
she was. Oh, no. She was right here in Philadelphia.
Oh, okay, got you.
She's right here in Philadelphia. So that's why I had to, take everything that I needed in terms of the saw. Like my stuff is still at her house. I got to go over there and get it.
Oh, because I was like, Southwest ain't gonna take all that wood.
Oh no, they ain't gonna take it. No.
You pictured B taking that.
So this is me there on Friday. This is the room, her desk. She's getting her house redone and the floors and everything. So this is actually her office, and all the stuff that was in the room that I'm flipping, they moved into that room. And it's stuff that I need. So I had to spend the day going through everything. That's jewelry, just to clean that area out so that we can have a workstation and a space to do stuff. So you see me sitting there going through all the jewelry, the earrings, just moving things, cleaning up so I can get that ready for like 2 hours. But I really had to get that area together so that people could work in there. That was our workstation area. We had two, one in the basement and then that area, which was close to the room. So that picture that Grace just threw up is the original of what I'm working on. Actually, I wanted to show. So this is what it looked like before I even started working on it. I'm just giving everybody a recap. So this is like her vanity table. She had the shoes on the door, wigs, all that crazy stuff, jewelry, all of that. The next photo shows what what it used to look like with the rug on the floor. And like I said, all that stuff that was in the room was moved into the other room so that room could be empty for me to work in it. So I really had to organize a lot of stuff. So, and the next photo, it just shows the room before we actually did anything in it. So now you get to see what we were doing. So this is day one and you get to see my team. So that's
team.
That's Kaya's sister and cousin. Kaya's next to me with her hair wrapped up. She's the one that got me into doing the bun wrap. I'm like, I'm wearing it all the time. So she has her mom, her sister, and her cousin on the end.
That's a heck of a crew.
Yeah, so we did our group shot and then we do our girlfriend shot. You always got to do two because we was ready to get busy. All right, so that's my crew here in Philadelphia that worked on Kaya's flip. So the next photo shows what was donated to us that morning for breakfast. And it was other stuff. Nice. And I was like, oh, this. So thank you again, Chef Devin. We had like cheese sticks. It was just nice. And we were just picking and moving and working and pulling it together. Isn't that nice? And then the rest of the stuff we just ordered. So this is like a quick lapse, just kind of showing me cutting shelves. These are the boards and stuff that I brought over. So when I got over there, I've decided that we have to raise Kaya's table because she's tall. She can't sit under it. So I ended up cutting the dressers. You see how I flipped the table over? We're drilling and making like little dowels to raise that table up. I actually cut 2-inch chunks off of my 2x4, drilled holes in the middle so I could connect the legs. So we'll see another, what we got next.
Mo getting the paint up.
Mo.
I don't blame you. Gotta do what you gotta do.
We were getting the paint off the floor.
And I brought mopping glow too.
Oh man.
Yeah, shit, I can do some of that.
Sherri, is it at 10 minutes that you realize you've signed up for a very busy weekend?
Oh my gosh. I feel so inadequate. I've been looking at my house for the last 2 weeks. I haven't moved anything. Oh my goodness.
Next is, this is Kaya's mom painting the dresser in that room that I set up and a radiator. So we were just sprucing up the things that she has.
A radiator?
Yes, it's a cover. So watch, she can redo it. And I spray painted my radiators. Here you have to use a metal paint for like high heat. Oh, they sell that at in like Home Depot and Amazon, anywhere you can get high heat paint. So yeah, that was like the first coat, but she did that. Everybody worked together to really pull this together. So like I said, I'm just showing the first day of it, and then next week I'm going to show the second day. So people were wondering, because I showed how I use pot lids to draw, that I was going to draw those circles on the wall with a gold paint. And people were like, I can't believe that's going to work. And I was just drawing circles. It didn't even take me 20 minutes to draw them circles up there on the wall to make it kind of look like a wallpaper effect. And she loved it. She's like, I love it. So that gold frame, I want everybody to see how they'll see it in the reveal, but that mirror hasn't been mounted yet. I just set it up in there just so I can kind of figure out what I was going to do with it. And the table has not been raised up yet. So I ended up sawing off the legs of her bench to make it shorter and raising the table so that she could sit underneath it. And those two dresser drawers on the side of that, I actually cut them off evenly so those little pieces at the end don't hang down. Like, because her thighs couldn't go up under there with them little pieces on the side. So I just sawed all that shit off even, took the old hardware off, and we gave it a nice update with some gold knobs. So, but I'll let people see the reveal next week. But we can go on to the next picture so you can start seeing what we're doing. So this is where I'm drilling holes in the center of the leg so I can add a wooden dowel to nail in there and put the pieces together. And then we locked it with locket glue. So the next photo is just that series of me drilling and making these holes. So you see how that piece of wood chunk is at on the bottom of that. Yeah, that's how I raised her table. So I have to sand that down and paint it and all that stuff.
Did you paint it white as well?
Yes.
Okay.
So we can keep moving with the next photo, and that's me getting it done. And I was like, oh, they done.
Happy.
Yes, because it was a process, and I wanted to make sure it was level. So it was easier. I didn't have to really raise it up more than the 2 inches. It was easier to cut the legs off of the bench and then raise the table. I was like, oh, we don't have to be too high. So that was our task. So see, I got it on the level, and see how I got the, see the little wood legs on the bottom, little pieces of the chunks. So yeah, once I sanded it, and it looks dope, and you can't even tell. Yeah, so the next photo, I want people. Oh, that's the track system. It's like $17 on Amazon, and I love it because it comes in a long roll, which we actually laid out like 2 days before so it could be straight. And you can cut it. It's really easy to cut, and then it comes with the clips and everything. You can hang curtains and I obviously put it to the ceiling to hang in front of her closet. But it was really easy to put up. We drilled it straight up to the ceiling and hung that shit right up. And it was like $17. And I do recommend people use that if they want to divide rooms and things like that, because it comes with everything you need. And it's pretty cheap. And it's very sturdy. So this is where we're weaving the fabric in. Now, we're not done yet. Remember, I'm leaving off where I want people to see the reveal. But I wanted people to see how we put the window film in. And I put up those 2 sconces that I made for her. If you can't see them, they're the little
there you go,
sconces between the windows.
In action.
And then so we didn't tie the fabric like that in a knot at the top. It's actually glued on a glue gun in a straight panel. But I just wanted to get it in there so they can get started. Because they was like, we don't know how to do this. So I'm like, I'm going to show you how to do this shit, so I can move on to the next project. But I want people to see how we got the fabric up in front of the curtains.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the fabric up in front of her closet area. And, and we left off, and we got that paint and everything up off the floors. Look, it's so nice in there. And we took if you can look up there, you see we don't have no fan blades because we took the blades down and painted them white and spray painted the glass covers pink. So you'll get to see all of that next week when I reveal everything, when we bring it together, and it looks exactly like the photo. So I'll actually show my drawings and then how we pulled it together. So I want to make sure everybody watch next Tuesday. Tighten Up Tuesday, not on Wiggle in the Middle Wednesday, so they can see the final reveal of Kaya's closet. And it's so nice. I'm so impressed. And the cameraman sent me a video today, and I was like, oh, I can't show that one until next week because it's the walkthrough. of how we
Oh,
took different things. We revamped a lot of stuff. And I don't want to spoil it because people are going to be amazed at things that we used in our house and turned it into something else. So I'm excited. So make sure you guys watch. And I'm hoping that people are enjoying this show and the flips that we go out to do. And I will be enlisting the help of people here in Philadelphia because I'm about to do a banquet hall, like entertainment center area. I already know I'm going to need like 20, 30 people this summer.
oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's here in
Nice.
Philadelphia also. It's going to be
I love
dope.
where your mind goes. Like you see
Thank
things,
you.
like even that room that was just very cluttered, and you just knew how to organize that before you came in to do everything else. Like you have to start with organization.
Yeah,
That's
and
great.
that's the funny thing. I always have to come and see it or at least see photos of it so I can get a vision. And then I can
Mhm.
kind of, it gives me a sense of like that the person's style. And then I
Right.
kind of figure out what it is that they really want accomplished. So like with Kaya and her closet, she really wanted things to be accessible that she uses the most. So you'll see how I organized it, like from her winter stuff maybe further back and the things that she needs that she uses closer. So you don't have to open up the whole thing and look for stuff. If you're only
Okay.
using this stuff for this season. And I was like, you're pretty tall, so I can put things here with or in your reach, and you'll see how I organized it. Hopefully you'll catch it next
Next week,
Tuesday.
I'll
You
be
can see it.
here.
Yeah. Well, lady, I know that you have to go. I want to get into Tristan. She's waiting for us. My
Well,
feature
tell
for
Tristan
today.
I said hi.
Here,
I gotta
tell
go
her
get
I
dressed.
will. You tell her, but throw Tristan
real quick.
up.
Here we go. Here's Tristan. Sherry, we can say bye to you. Tristan, the feature this week.
Tristan.
Live from her
Hey, how
tool
are you?
shop.
What's going on?
Nothing. I'm enjoying Tighten Up Tuesday.
Yes, and congratulations on your show.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I have to get out of here. I have to do a comedy club. I'm going to watch later because I always watch the shows after they're done. So it was nice to
Congrats.
meet you, Tristan.
You too? Go make that money?
Thank you, lady, for coming on. You know, I always appreciate when you can come through. Have fun tonight.
Thank you,
All right,
Not
Sherry.
in bed. And don't break a leg.
I love you. I don't want
And
Chris to be
watch-
saying thank you. Talking
watch-
to
I
baby
love you
people.
too.
Watch Two Funny
do your
Mamas
thing.
tomorrow. It'll be late.
Kym
They're going to go
Whitley and I are
live.
Yeah, so we're not doing our Two Funny Mamas at 12. We're doing a live because Kym had to do a photo shoot today. So we're doing a live. What time are we doing our live?
I've got it wrote down. I don't know.
Forget it.
I'll
Chris
tell
will
you.
tell
I'll tell you. But it's going to be a little bit later.
Okay.
Oh, it'll be
Tristan.
4:30 Central, 2:30 Pacific.
Okay. All
You
right,
too,
love
Sherry.
Oh, I might jump on, Chris. I might jump on. We'll see. If I ain't taking a nap.
Bye, Sherry.
Love you,
Snuggles on
Sherry.
your neck. B-Phlat, I love you too.
All
Bye,
right.
yeah.
Bye-bye. Welcome to the show, Tristan. Sorry we
Thank
had you
you
in
for
wait
having
so
me.
long. I know
No
you've
worries.
been on since 8:30. But are you able to watch the show and enjoy it while you're on the feed with us?
Of course, yeah.
You can? Okay. So that's what
Laughing.
I
I was
miss.
hoping y'all didn't hear
I
me.
wish
So.
I wish I could see the show like while I'm, watching it. But it's like I'm seeing the show, but I think I'm missing the comments. Chris has the fun part. So that's what
I
I
haven't
miss.
heard any
Chris,
comments yet. Chris hasn't read any comments.
yeah, Chris,
yet.
give us some comments before we let everyone know what Tristan is here to do. And I want to definitely give some shout outs to some people.
Heather was happy to see Sherry, says goodnight. Launer saying hey to Tristan. Monica saying hey to Tristan. Archangel loves seeing Sherry. We got Deborah saying bye to Sherry. All kinds of people excited to see Sherry tonight. Lori
what's
Grant loves seeing B-Phlat on Two Funny Mamas. Who else do we have tuning in? Danya Jen is excited about Tristan. Jamie letting Sherry know to go pee before she hits the comedy stage. That's important.
Jamie always got something crazy to say.
She's wild.
I want no
Lakeisha,
accidents.
this is a good point. Lakeisha says Bees Creatives have me feeling like I can redo my whole house. I think everybody feels like that. That's why they tune in.
You can.
And you know what I really enjoyed about Kaya's flip? The fact that the women were, well, people will get to see it once my cameraman starts putting these clips together. They were very anxious to learn how to use the tools and learn about shit. So I was able to say, Imani, can you go grab my battery pack off the... And they knew, like, once I showed them, like, how to do shit and get things together. Even Kaya was doing some of the drilling in the table legs. They were like, ooh, let me see. oh, I never did this. They were like, how you use this caulk gun? I was like, you black, you don't know how to squeeze the trigger.
Oh, come on.
I know I was just being ignorant. That's who I am, sophisticated ignorance. But yeah, I just, I really love that they really wanted to learn how to do stuff. So it inspired them to be like, oh, when I get home, I'm going to learn how to do some things. I'm going to order some stuff. And another thing I want to say is Kaya's sister, Imani, made it a great point because she showed me this bed. She does DIY. And I was like, that's a dope ass bed for your daughter. She was like, girl, that's for my cat. And I was like, oh my God. So now I got to have her on the show because I've never even thought to do anything about segments for people that have pets, like DIY things for pets. So she made this cat bed. It got ivy on it, all these flying ass leaves. It got 2 pillows and a skirt. I'm talking about the shit is fly. Yes. And I thought it was, looking at the picture, I thought it was something that it has a canopy over and everything. I thought it was something that she built for her daughter. So when I looked at it close in the scale of it, it's for her cat. So I was like, oh, you got to come on my show and show people how you did that. It's so dope. So I'm looking forward to her hopefully doing that. So with that being said, I don't want to talk about no other future features. When we have a live feature, my girl Tristan in the house, and people don't remember Tristan, you did the cornhole. They may not remember your photo, but you did the cornhole boards, the Adirondack chairs, all of the woodworking, just the great everything that you do.
Ms. Michelle's already commenting that to let Tristan know that Ms. Michelle needs a Philadelphia Eagles cornhole board.
I got you. To hit me up on my Instagram.
And throw it up there for her, Grace. We sure appreciate it. And can you please leave it up? Tristan, before I let you take it over, I'm going to let you do your thing. I just want to let you know that we really had a lot of interest in this segment. And I do want to give a shout out to N. Milligan and to Kirsten Ote, because they were like, please do something on tools and things that DIYers can buy that we can use if we're initially starting out and if we're in a different level, medium level. So that's why you're here, to talk about that. But before we get into all of that, I want you to just kind of tell people a little about yourself and, more or less why it is that you do what you do, what inspired you. You got
my
the floor,
inspiration.
Tristan.
Well, thank you. I think my inspiration more came out of, I like working with my hands, and looking at some of the prices of the things that I was wanting to purchase. In my head, I feel like I could probably make this myself, so it wasn't anything crazy. I started off small, like little shelves and stuff like that, stuff to hang up. I had trophies and stuff from high school that my mom had. She purchased shelves to put in a room. When I bought a house, I took the trophies and everything, and I didn't have anything to put on. So I made shelves. I cut shelves out of old bed slats. And so it kind of started the progress from there. And I remember you telling me that when I was asking about the Adirondack chairs on one of your first shows. So I kind of ran with it. It's funny that the tools that I had were all basic, cheap Walmart brand. They weren't expensive. I just bought a house, so I wasn't spending a lot of money on tools, especially if I didn't know exactly what I was doing. I'm not trained in any of this stuff. Everything I look at, everything that I look to build is off of YouTube, Google, whatever I can find, however I can find. I like to compare the way people operate and the way people build things to see what I like better, the way that they operate. I try to compare it to what I like.
So would you pretty much say you're new at DIY? Like, how long have you actually really been doing it?
I'm actually
so
very
advanced.
new at it. Yeah,
I
I haven't been working on it for more than 2 years. I've started really when I was in the house, and I bought it in 2019. So it hasn't really been that long. My major projects were honestly when I was pregnant, 5 months pregnant. So wild. I built my backyard. I did fencing on my backyard. Didn't know how to do fencing. So it was very interesting to do. It was COVID. I think that started
all of the projects that I've seen of yours, and I still have yet to feature, it just seems like years of like master craftsman skills.
Oh my gosh.
The
No,
fence,
not
the
even.
chairs, the outdoor bathroom. So I'm thinking you've been doing this for like at least like 8-9 years. In terms
Oh,
of
no.
starting out, it just, I know for me, because I've been doing this like 20 plus years, but I'm so not at your level. I'm not building no decks and Adirondack chairs and shit. And I think maybe because I started later, I guess because I'm more into interior decorating. So actually, like you, built drilling and all this other stuff is kind of new for me, maybe like in the last 10 years. When I got this house, I really had to dig in. Because other than that, my old house, I was just, yeah, a house will definitely make you do that, especially when you ain't got no money, you balling on the budget broke, and you're like, ugh.
There you go.
So are you like me, where you just go into IKEA and you look at shit and you take a picture and you say, okay, I can go home and build that?
Well, when I started, it's anywhere that I was at, anywhere that I went to. If I felt like I could make it, like the shelves were the easiest things to do because they're very quick. It's only one or two pieces that you have to put together, so it's not really difficult. But anywhere, the Adirondack chairs actually came because I wanted to buy one, and the first ones that I had purchased were plastic, and they were at a grocery store for like $20. And so I looked for them for a while, and then I couldn't find them. The company that I work for, they actually like toss pallets out, and they allow people around the neighborhood to take it. And I'm talking like nice wood. Like we have machines that come in that are in big pallets. So it's nice, strong, really good wood. And so I started taking some of them home and figuring out how to repurpose them. And I looked up drawings to do Adirondack chairs. My company actually has Adirondack chairs outside in their on their patio area. So I took a picture of that. So I like to look at a lot of different things, a lot of different ideas. And then when I go about it, it's like I incorporate all the ideas that I saw and put it together. Now, what I did do, I purchased drawings. This is for the Adirondack chairs. I actually purchased templates for it. And like everything that I do, I only use like 2 templates. It came with like 6 or 7 of them. I only used 2 of them. And then I kind of figured it out the rest because I looked at it. Yeah, I looked at it so much that I kind of had it in my head of what I wanted to do. And so I went from there and I built that. So
I'm definitely having you back on so that you can show those chairs, because I want people to see how you pulled that together. I actually have the stuff in the drive. I'm going to let you take it away because, like I said, before we even get started, I would like for Grace to throw up that picture that courtesy of Trania Williams. She sent me this photo of her bathroom. And this is a common problem that people have when they take down towel racks, or if they pull them out or hang things on them, where if they're not anchored in the wall over time, they start to, in the drywall, especially being in the bathroom, kind of loosen up because of the moisture. So when you pull them out, you will get those big holes. So she's like, I don't know what to do. And actually, when I was looking at that photo, I could tell that they textured the wall, but then you can see the white part that it is drywall. So I definitely wanted you to start, if possible, with like, I'm going to let you take over in terms of like the type of anchors and maybe some fixed solutions for Trina in terms of her putting her towel rack back and fixing those holes. So with that being said, Kristen, it's your show. You're on the one screen. Thank you, Grace.
So first, to fix the hole, and that happens a lot when you have kids hanging off of the racks or anything like that. But to fix the hole, just a little bit of plaster, stick it in there. Some people, if it's a really small hole, I've heard people use toothpaste for like a size of a nail. But for that hole, you would definitely need plaster and paint over it, and that would fix it up perfectly fine. But to hang another rack.
Oh, right. Oh, that's what I was going to ask. Would she need any type of anchors or anything? Or
yes, yep, I have the anchor. I just actually dropped. Give me a second. So the anchor that I would use for that is a drywall anchor, and so usually a nail if this is what was holding it up, if this is the only thing that you stuck in there, if you look at it, there's not really much surface area to hold anything, so if you drill it in, you pull on it a couple of times. If it was a towel rack, you're pulling the towel off, you're hanging the towel on. So all of the usage, it will get loose over time. A drywall screw, you don't even actually have to drill this in. You pre-drill it. I'm sorry. You can actually take a screwdriver and drill this right into the drywall. You're gonna need a little bit of force with it, but once you get this in there, you hold it up a little more so you can see it. Once you get this in there, the surface area to that can hold a lot more weight to it. So then what you do is that you then screw this screw inside of it, and this little screw now has a surface area of this. So it can withstand a lot more pressure, putting weight on it whenever you're hanging towels, or a kid is hanging on it. You know, if you have kids, I got 3 babies, so they hang on everything. So it's easier, and it's an easy thing to do. These aren't expensive at all. Great for hanging anything that's going to be heavy. And it's really easy. If you don't have a drill, if you don't have drill bits, these are great to use. Fairly any screw will go into it. And then once you're done, it's just hang your towel rack on it. I don't know what kind of towel rack she has, so it's hard to give a direct explanation on how to fix that problem. But if you're you don't have to pre-drill this one. This one can go right into the wall, right into the drywall, if you're not drilling into a stud. So a stud is basically, it looks like this. A stud looks like this, right? It's a big piece of wood, 2x4 wood, and it's lined behind every 16 inches from the center. It's lined behind your drywall. So if you don't have a stud finder, then you can use one of these that will anchor your screws in and hold a lot of weight to it. So for her problem, that would be the best solution if you don't have a stud finder, or if your towel rack can be in a weird position where it's not where the stud is. I got an old house, so I got problems. So, but this actually is a really good tool to use.
Now we have a graphic of a really basic kit. Really, I would just want to show that you recommend, and I recommend people get on Amazon. I think you actually have it. I like it because it comes with everything, like a hammer, and I really can't see all of that in there. But if you wanted to go through that, and then look, it's like $42.
So when I first moved into the house, I don't really have any handy skills. Everything that I've learned, everything that I've done, literally has been off the internet. So the tools that I need, I didn't really have a good grasp on what I needed to do because I didn't really have an idea of what I was doing. I knew that a drill would be great for screwing in or putting up curtains, fastening anything to the wall, I like my TVs on the wall, so mounting the television. So I needed a halfway decent drill, but I just bought a house, so I'm not spending, $150 on one drill when I also need other tools to go with it. So the first tool that I purchased, the first place I went to was Walmart, of course, because it's probably the cheapest place around to get a mass amount of products. And I bought the first toolkit that I purchased was this one. Again, it was less than $50, and it had a tape measurer, it had pliers, it had drill bits, it had other bits, screws. For my drill, it came with a battery powered drill, just a little drill, nothing crazy. And that's basically what I used for like 2 or 3 years, or 2 years. And as my project started to get more intense and I started to use the tools more, that's when I started to recognize that maybe I needed something a little more durable, and something with more power. And then I started learning more about different drills and the types of drills and the purpose of the types of drills. Where I work with a lot of engineers, so that also helped too in learning how to use some of the drills and some of the hardware when it came to kits. But for purchasing a house, when you have a house, the basic things would be something like this. You have something to hang curtains, something to hang a television, really. something to screw your screwdrivers, anything that you would need to do small household things, you could find in a kit like this. So if you're the first purchase for a kit, if you don't have any major plans to build anything crazy, would be my suggestion to do something like that. It comes with a hammer. You can get a hammer anywhere, and they're fairly cheap, to be honest. So,
what about impact drills? And you got a lot going back there? I need to see one of them.
Yeah.
Because
So
I have questions about that. Because I'm at that level where I need to be like power shooting nails in and using less torque. And I definitely wanted you to kind of talk about that, because I really don't know those settings, and like my arm is killing me now from working over the weekend and like having to really push on the drill and stuff.
Quick couple comments real quick.
Yes.
Catherine lets everybody know that Habitat for Humanity sells tools. King's Taste says that's dope, Tristan. KD's got a Ryobi. CB chiming in says my first drill is the same as in the kit. It's decent to do stuff around the house. Heaven Sense in the house. Yeah. Shanna's enjoying the show. There's a good question here from Lauraville. What if you don't have drywall but plaster walls?
Oh, that's a great question, because that's exactly what I have. Be careful hanging things. That's all I'm going to say. Plaster wall is, I have a house that was built in 1910. So that was like the standard, I guess, back then. And most of the downstairs in my house is plaster. The basement down here is plaster. So plaster is like, like I said, I don't know like the technical terms to anything, but from what I can tell, the plaster that makes up the wall is like if you took putty that you fill in a hole and like throw gravel and stuff in it, and then it just dries, and then they paint over it. Like that's the plaster. So drilling into it is very difficult. I had to YouTube it because I wanted to hang an entertainment system for my television to sit on. So it's hard to find the studs in it. That's a whole different field. But a stud finder, you have to really spend money on a stud finder for that. Because
do you have one to show what people a stud finder so they know what they look like? Yeah.
So what I used is this type of stud finder. I think I spent like $20 on this one. There's probably more expensive ones out there. And again, like I said, I YouTube a lot of stuff and I back a lot of stuff up. Like I cross YouTube everything. So I look at things and I look at other people and how they did it. And so the way that I went about doing it on my wall was I would go across the stud finder and as you find a stud, it will beep, right?
Beep. Mm-hmm. Yes.
But unfortunately for plaster walls, it's harder to find that wood in there. So the instructions that I got on YouTube that I took, and it worked because the entertainment system's still sitting up right now. I had to do different levels. So I did it on one level going across, and then I went up higher and did it on another level. And I did it on multiple levels. And if the beat hit at the same spot on every level, then I would assume that's a whole stud that's coming down. And that's what I drilled into.
It drilled right into the wood instead of the plaster.
Yes. And so there was different areas in where you could drill. So I got the hardware that came with the entertainment system, because it's heavy. It's about 30 pounds. So the hardware that I used, the hardware that came with the entertainment system, and I also used like heavy duty posts to put into the wall too, to try to hold that up.
The anchor, I use the ones anchors. The butterfly anchors that spread out in the back. I use it because drywall, the plaster walls are a little thicker than the drywall.
Yes.
And I find when you start drilling in the plaster, it'll just spread out like crazy. So I found that.
So this is the example of what she was talking about. It's like a butterfly. So
anchor.
You have the anchor that goes into so you pre-drill it, right? So you pre-drill the hole that you need in the area that you need, and this is where the stud is not. You pre-drill it, and then from that point, you stick the screw in. And once, I don't know if I can do this with my hands. So once you stick the, see if I can do it this way and show you. Once you stick the screw in, you see how it opens up?
Spreads out. Yeah, opens up.
Yep.
Yes. I'm glad you could show people that.
Just like that. Screen. And so the further you stick the screw, the more it opens. And it creates a larger surface area, which allows it in the back. Weight. Yep. So basically this over is the drywall. So the drywall would basically end here, and it would open up and spread along the back of the wood, of the drywall, excuse me. And so this would be where you would anchor whatever you want to hang on that. Just like that. So I put a couple of those in there too.
Oh, I'm sorry to cut you off. I also, don't forget to show me an impact driver, because I definitely want you to show people how to change blades out on a box cutter, because I'm gonna have to bring you back on to finish your handy segment. This is like a 3-part thing, because you got so much stuff to go over. But like, I definitely want people to see some good basics.
Well, everybody's enjoyed it too. A lot of good comments.
Good.
Oh, that's good.
Which drill? Because I see you use a Royby, and I do that. I have that also. You might have the exact same one that I have. I'm not sure about those torque settings on top, like where you turn it from the 8 to the 12 to the 16. But I did find out over the weekend when I put the setting on like a 16, it made the drill go like really fast, and I didn't have to push as hard. And I was like, oh, okay. But I don't, even reading my manuals, a couple settings on there that click back and forth. I was like, I don't know what this shit do. I'm just winging it. Yeah.
Listen, that's what I do too until I figure. You learn. I learn as I go. And the more that I do things and manuals and stuff that you read, and that's what you can start implementing what you know to the projects that you're doing. So I got a lot of different drills here. I don't know if you can see them all.
Yeah.
So
I'm wondering why you got all of them different drills.
All right, we'll go.
Are they all like different types of drill that do different things, or are they just basically just good drills?
They're different type. They're different types of drills, but it also depends on what you're doing. Okay. And it's because each one of them delivers different types of power, I would say. So in the kit that we talked about in the beginning, it comes with a handheld drill. This one is a 12-volt battery. Pops out a battery just like this. Comes with a charger.
Like a gun clip. Like
basically, right? You just
right.
You got it in there and you're ready to go. Okay. So if you can hear it, this is a full battery, right? So you can see it spinning. Okay. That's a full battery, and there's different, if you can see, there's different settings on the drills like you were talking about, right?
Yeah, right.
So each of these settings are like I wouldn't call it a ratchet, because that's the sound that it's making, but it delivers, so it prevents you from stripping the screws that you're drilling into that you're screwing in. Mm-hmm. So at a lower level, you'll get less power. It's delivering power to the screw, so it's less likely to stop drilling once there's more tension. I don't know if you can see me. Sorry.
For example, like if you had a long, thick nail, you would put it on a lower setting so that it could go in evenly without stripping. And like if you had like a short, is that
so
right?
If it's a long nail and it's going into wood,
long screw,
like a level 1, it would start it, but then it would, like I'll give you an example of it actually.
It would start making that noise like.
Yeah, it won't go.
It won't. I know, Chris. I had to let the people know they heard that noise before, and that's when it starts sounding like it's stripping.
We've all been there.
So these are the settings that I'm learning, because I have to get that, because I do get that sometime when I'm using a long screw and I have the setting too low, and I find that I have to really push hard on it to get it in, and that's defeating the purpose of using a drill. So.
Yep. So I'm going to show you the different sounds as to what it makes. Now, this is, like I said, this is I would say, like a beginner's type of drill, right? Not those little early ones that you get in those little kits that are purple and all that other stuff.
Yeah, at the Five Below.
to charge the battery every 10 minutes if you're going to do something.
Exactly. They be
That
all
doesn't make any
cute.
sense.
The bedazzled
Yeah, right.
drill.
Sparkles and shit on them.
Doesn't make
Don't nobody need no tools with no sparkles and glitter and shit on them.
Exactly.
Right. Who decorates tools? They gonna get dirty if you using them. They're not for display.
B, one more time with that torque noise. How's that go?
That's what it sounds like.
That's pretty good. B
It does.
could play an
when
animated
you know
drill
it's about
in a Pixar movie.
I got the voice.
So
Okay.
these are the different drill bits that come into that kit. I'm gonna pull a lot of the stuff out of this kit just so people can see what they do. Now these are longer drill bits, so this is for getting into like tight areas where you can't get the whole drill in, but you can reach where the drill bit goes. So I'm just gonna use a long one just because that's the first one that I grabbed. Now to open it, it goes right into. Oh, screw it. You gotta
They
get it
gotta come
open.
up with a better system with that. That shit take forever.
It
That's
does.
the part
There's
that be
sometimes
killing me.
the impact drill actually has a lock. Like it's a different way to do it. So right now I have it on setting 1, right? So if I drill this in, that's the
That's
sound.
that noise, Chris. You hear it?
I thought that was you, B.
Shut up. Okay.
So now I'm gonna put it on a higher setting. This one goes to 17, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna bring it back a little bit, so I'm gonna reverse it, and then I'm gonna go forward. There, that was delivering too much power, and it jumps out of the screw, but it pushed it all the way in.
And you didn't have to use a lot of force. So yeah, that's what I got to definitely learn.
There was very little force with it, and it's a soft wood. So don't ask me what kind of wood it is because this is from a pallet. So I don't know what kind of wood this is. But that's the level of it. Now from this setting on the highest one, you can hear it. There's another setting for drilling. Right, so there's a whole nother setting for a specific drill. Now that's supposed to go faster. It doesn't really sound like it's faster. So the only thing about this drill is that it doesn't really deliver too much power.
Well, you can't get all of that for $42.
Exactly.
For $42,
it all depends on what you're trying to do. That's the biggest thing. So now the other
I feel
one
sorry for who made the set and put it together. All of that shit in there for $42. That's like $2 an hour worth of work.
So the other drill I'm
is what
show
I want to see right quick. Okay.
The yellow drill. Now, a lot of people will recognize this type of drill. It's a very powerful drill. This little handle that's on it actually comes off. This little handle that comes on it is specifically for drilling because the power that comes out of this drill. Now, these are drills that you use for building decks. All right. There's a lot of power to it. Mine has 3 different settings. Mine goes up to 11, but you're going to hear the difference between the 17 that this puts out and the 11 that this puts out. Okay. Now this handle is here because the amount of power that it puts out, if this ever gets caught, it will definitely kick back. And I've sprained my wrist a couple of times because I didn't use this, right? So I end up using I hold the back of it or push it down so I don't sprain my wrist because the kickback is real. Let's just tell you, I'll tell you that right now. So
now I might not have to get a gun. I can just give me one of them.
Well, you're gonna need the gun because I'm gonna show you why. You'll like it. But this is a good tool to use if you don't have a lot of strength and you're worried about that kickback. You got a little flimsy wrist. You gotta make sure you got a little support.
How much does that drill cost?
Whew,
it's a DeWalt.
This one probably ranges about $150, and the batteries are most expensive, so that's probably where most of the money comes out of. Okay. So this is a drill to use if you're building a deck. If you're an avid DIYer, if you're in construction, stuff like that. This is a DeWalt. A Milwaukee is another drill that's also a heavy use drill for heavy things. So this type of brand is a very, very good brand, top of the line brand, but it's also expensive. You don't need it if you're just hanging curtains. Simple as that. You don't need it.
I need that,
so,
but not right now. That's gonna put that on my Christmas list.
That's a good. You know what?
Yeah, I'm putting that on my Christmas list.
That'll be the time you do it. So the 2 drills. All right. So this is your low end brand. This is your high end brand. The difference is this is your low end. At its highest, that's the drill part. This is your high end. You hear the power coming out. You see what I'm saying? It's a big difference, a huge difference. And that was actually on 9. That wasn't even on the highest. If I were to put it on its highest, which is a drill, and there's 3 different levels to it. This is the low end. This is the high end.
Oh yeah.
You can definitely tell the difference, right?
That can double as a weapon.
Yes, it can.
So Tristan, can you please, because I'm going to have to bring you back for those other parts of the segment, but before we close this out, I want people to learn how to switch out blades. Or did you want to get into the Roy? Which one do you want to? Chris, how we doing? Because it is 10:30.
You had asked about the impact drill, so I'll show you that one.
Yeah, show me that real quick, and then we're going to get into the blades.
Okay, so your impact drill is. So the impact drill, let me get another bit. Your impact drill basically delivers a much heavier force to screwing without you having to put force into it. Okay, yes, without the push.
Okay.
So if you have like an oak or a heavy wood that's hard to screw into, what the impact drill does is that it will basically hammer the drill in. For the most part.
But that's not the thing that shoots the nails either, is it?
No, that's not a nail gun.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Nope.
Oh man.
So,
well, you know what?
I have a nail gun story. I have a nail gun story from high school. If you guys want to hear something,
he had
Tristan
the type
finishes.
of he had the type of tool. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Is there a type of tool, before you get into that real quickly? Like my brother-in-law had one that he switched out the like the pieces on the front, and then he could drill with it, and then he put another piece on it. He could shoot the nails with it, and then he put another piece on it. But it was connected to like a big air gun machine. It was connected to like a tank, like a power. Yeah, and I didn't know if there was like a one tool where you can buy, like, not have to spend a lot of money like Mark's, that you could buy to serve like different. Okay. That's what I'm looking for, a tool that can serve like be an impact driver and a nail gun.
I'm sure that there probably is for convenience purposes. I'm sure that there definitely is.
I promise I won't interrupt you anymore.
No, that's all right. You have questions.
I don't know if when it's your show, it counts as interrupting. It's. I think it's. Just
I don't think it is. I don't think it does.
Yeah, but it is her segment, and I know she's trying to get through. But I wanted, I had to ask because I'm just so interested in this. So,
well, everyone is great work by Tristan. Everybody's loving it.
That's what's up.
So this impact drill is a little different. So this impact drill, you actually input the bit in differently. So you actually push this part out. And you pop it right in. Can you see that?
Yes. Like a little click in and okay.
Yeah, so it's in there, right?
It's in there.
So this one doesn't even have any, there's no different levels to it. There's nothing that I can twist. It is literally just what it is.
It do.
It basically does.
Okay.
So I'm hoping this wood is hard enough. If not, I probably have something that I can. Let's try this one. This looks like. So for this, I'm gonna, and hopefully it makes a sound, because it's a harder wood. So an impact drill sounds like this.
Oh, don't hurt yourself. And don't be trying to sue the show.
Ready? So you hear that sound?
Yes.
That's literally the I don't even know how to call it, the mechanism inside pushing the nail in. So like the amount of force that I put into it, I didn't have to do that much. I just had to make it actually goes.
I see how it went down into the wood. It's like quickly.
Yes. Yep. And this wood is actually fairly soft too, which doesn't help do it any justice. But in terms of it being hard, so it also it shakes everything on the table too. But it
invest in some better tools.
But it also it allows you, so the issue that you said you were having with, you know, the fact that you had to drill so much.
Yeah.
This would be definitely a drill that would help you and
is that heavy?
Some of the pressure from your arm.
Is it heavy or is it pretty light? That battery
it's about a standard, about 3 or 4 about 5 pounds, 10 pounds. I would say 10 pounds.
That's heavy.
It's not that's a heavy drill. It's no different than a regular drill. If you have this drill, it's about the same weight. This is the regular drill that I think you have. So it's about the same weight.
No, mine ain't that big. No. Because I wouldn't be holding that shit. It's not.
Ms. Peach is asking if she should get an impact drill. We've got T. Crawley says, "Mommy gonna have to have her daughter tell her daughter about safety glasses, maybe."
Right.
Darleth is very much enjoying the segment, so great stuff.
And last but not least,
I got safety glasses, Ma. Don't worry.
Oh hell no! I don't want you working on none of my project with them shades on. Definitely, please show people how to change out blades on carpet cutters, because I've had people ask me that, and I'm not good at doing it myself. I have to definitely put my glasses on. So they go bad quickly. They get dull quickly.
I've got 4 different blades. I would assume these are standard blades. There may be, I think there's another one, but I can't really think of it right now, to be honest. But these are 4 different types of blades that I have. This one is a Milwaukee blade. If anybody has a blade like this, the storage of the blades are literally right in the handle. So you can store the extra blades in there. And to remove the blade, so I have it here. To remove the blade, there's actually a little button right here. And you press the button and you pull the blade out. That's it. That's how easy those are. And you replace it. You push the button. Or I don't think you have to push the button. Maybe you do. You push the button and push the blade back in, and it locks. So the whole thing slides down again.
I recommend people doing that with some gloves on.
I would too.
Yes, because it's very dangerous, and you can definitely slice. You'll be cut with that shit and don't even know you cut.
Listen, I've done that before. So I'm gonna put some gloves on for aesthetic purposes.
Okay.
My mother's watching apparently, so I.
DeVoe's enjoying the show. Lauraville, GT Davika's enjoying the show. Ariel's enjoying the show. Ariel says, "B, try titanium blades. They're way sharper and last longer."
Oh, okay. I'm gonna write that down.
Yes, they do. So see now this is look. Now this is a different one. This one is a Stanley. I would assume this is more of a standard one too. Now this one has a different feature. For those that are tearing up, if you have anything wrapped in plastic, there's actually a little notch in there. If you can see it, the blade is actually in there, and it will cut through the paper or the plastic, the hard plastic that binds a package together.
Yeah,
you don't actually have to put the blade out. You can actually cut it through with that.
What is that brand again?
This is a Stanley. 10-499. That's what this says.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, I can't open this up with gloves on, so I'm going to take one glove off.
Okay.
So, this one here, the yellow part, I'm assuming is to identify the areas in which can be moved. This part here is where the storage is going to be. So, if you push that down on the inside, you have blades that are stored there. Push that back up. To remove the blade, same concept as the Milwaukee, you're going to push the blade up first, hold the yellow button, pull the blade out. Put the blade back in. If you want to reload it, put the blade back in. Make sure it's secure. Let go.
Ready to go.
Yep, ready to go. You gotta wiggle it a little bit, but ready to go. So it's secure. So that is a
I have a lot of
Stanley.
reservations when I'm doing those. So I'm glad you showed me how to really kind of do that safely. Because I'm like, I don't know how to put this in. Now I'm gonna cut myself.
This one is a U-line one. So this one, actually, you have to take the whole thing apart. So I'm going to... This one you need a flathead for. Flathead screwdriver. Because it's a screw in the middle of it. This is the one that, you know, I use the least. Because I bet more. So you have to unscrew the center of it. Honestly, a butter knife works. A penny works. I've used a couple of different things for this. Because I didn't always have a screwdriver or a flathead screwdriver on hand. You have to take the top off. All right. And then your blade, I think every newer box cutter has a storage department for your blades. Right? So with that, you have your storage here and you have your blade here. So in order to do this one, you actually take the blade out. Now, because blades are double-sided, you can just flip it over and lay it in the groove.
Oh.
Make sure it's in. Yep. You don't tell me you just throw the blade.
Yes, I throw them away. That's why I'm like, I didn't know that. See, that's why I'm so glad you're on the show. I'm thinking like,
oh my goodness.
That's why they give you extra blades. Because I'm thinking like once it's dull, you just throw it away. I've been throwing the blades away.
Flip it. Flip it in reverse. You better Missy Elliott that thing.
Okay.
I see it. Okay. You learn something new every day, Chris. I did not know. Chris, did you know that?
Yeah.
Did you know that, Chris?
No, absolutely.
I didn't know that.
No, it's great, but that's everybody's. If you want to throw B back on the screen, that's what everybody's
please do
saying in the comments. Everybody's excited. They're learning. Really appreciating Tristan's communication style. I was thinking, I'm like, man, if you're Tristan's kids, you don't really get to be like, oh, I didn't understand what you said, Mom.
Oh no, we don't understand in here.
There's some understanding happening. It is clear cut.
Do we have questions for?
Yes.
Riri just said classes in session. A lot of people just commenting that they appreciate. Okay. Yeah. So Darletha was playing along. Miss Peaches was asking, is that at Walmart? I believe that was for maybe some of the blades. A lot of this stuff, all of it's available on Amazon. You can get like Milwaukee stuff at like a Fastenal. But you probably just want to order it online.
Make sure you didn't up and let people know in that link. Me and Daphne getting it together. So
and make sure tools will get stolen. Even the stuff that's cheaper, they're gonna get jacked. So always put them away. That's something. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, Jamie's commenting, Joy's commenting, MM's all over it. All kinds of people just really appreciate the work. So great job, Tristan.
Well,
and you can follow Tristan at J5 Hobbies.
I'm going to have you come back to show us like the different drill bits because people need to know which bits are for wood and metal and and I'm going to have you show us a couple different saws, like jig saws, and go over some handy tools. So believe me, I totally enjoyed it. I hope people enjoy this as much as I did.
There's one more set.
Show me the one more. Show me the one more.
Okay. So now this one holds the long. I know a lot of you have had this one, and this is probably one of the most popular ones, and it comes in that kit actually. It's the long blades, right? Now this one I haven't used in a long time. It's rusty, but this to replace this one, these blades actually come. If you can see it, I don't know if you can. If you can see the different, let me get a newer one. If you can see the lines inside. Yes. Can you see those lines?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually replace this one because this one's old. You like I said, it's broken. So you pull out the bottom, just like so. You take out the handle part. Take out the blade. Okay. Now the special thing about these blades is that those lines, you can actually, once the top part gets dull, you can actually break it off and you'll have a brand new blade on top. And I'll show you that right now.
Oh.
So.
Oh yeah, we definitely have to see this.
So this part here.
What tool is that you're using to break, or what type of tool is that?
These are needle nose pliers.
Oh, okay.
Needle nose, right? Okay. You can also actually cut wires in the middle of them, but they're needle nose pliers, and they also come in the kit, the $40-something kit from the first time home buyers kit. That's what I'm going to call it.
Okay.
So the blade that you see here, you see the line there.
Mm-hmm.
You stick your pliers literally at the top of that line, right? Where the bad blade would be.
Right.
And you hold the bottom of it with gloves.
Okay.
and you basically bend it forward till you hear a snap. Just that easy.
Wow.
So now you have the brand new blade. Here's your old blade.
Oh.
Here's your new blade.
Go, Tristan. It's your birthday. Go, Tristan. It's your birthday. Oh, that was dope.
Quincy saying, teach us, Tristan. We got Ms. Michelle says, awesome Wiggle Wednesday show. B-Flat and Tristan is the flippingest chicks ever, says MM. DeVoe talking about the serrated edges to be snapped off. Cheryl's got some comments. Deborah says, the nail gun story. Long story short, there was a guy, and I went to a rural. Did you guys have shop class at your?
Yes, in high school I had shop class.
It's great. Yeah. It's wild because you could become a finished carpenter if you take enough classes in high school. Yeah. Like it's some of it. Like it's insane.
I don't know about now because
now only know they still have shop class.
Man, they did But basically, a guy. Oh, Grace did it. A guy that was a few years older than me was in one of those advanced classes, but he kind of didn't pay attention enough. Whatever, and he had a nail gun, and he sent that sucker through the top of his knee. And it went 4 inches. I want to say 4 inches into his. It was like a roofing. It was something huge. He shot it into his knee, and that X-ray made it around our school like 20 times because we thought it was hilarious because we were idiots. But
that's high school.
Yeah, that's high school though.
Funny.
But yeah, that happened. So be careful if you get into the serious nail gun business.
I'm getting into the nail gun business because I need one.
I'm learning that too. I'm learning it. That's part of the my birthday kit for my wife.
Yeah, when I get ready to start working on my bedroom and do my bed slat design above my bedroom, it's going to be a live DIY, and I want everybody to see it, but I have to have a nail gun by then. So with that being said, Tristan, like I said, I'm having you back on to go over drill bits, handy tools, the circular saws, jigsaws, reciprocal saws, different things people can learn how to use if they're like, pretty easy, like the basics that they could start out with in terms of like a hacksaw and stuff like that. Chris, before I let Tristan go, do we have any other comments or anything? Because I want to.
Yeah, a few people chiming in. Katie letting us know she had shop class. DeVoe's got a bunch of claps for Tristan. Shalinda's chiming in. UBU had shop class as well. Basically, people were commenting the entire time, and everybody really enjoyed the thorough nature of what you brought to the table. And follow Tristan on Instagram.
I did not. I had a shop class, but that was in high school. I'm 37 now, so I've been out of it for a while.
Yeah, I'm 37 too. So it's like you see that, but YouTube, you've done this all through YouTube, right?
Yes. Yep. You can get a lot of stuff off the internet. Most people don't think that you can, but honestly,
oh yeah. It's real.
I'm ashamed that I don't have a
worked for me.
I did a temporary fix on a sink for an ex, and then I failed at hanging a giant painting because of the plaster walls. And I was like, she was gone for the week, and I was like, if I take out half her wall, this is going to be a bigger problem. Yeah.
How did you fail, Chris?
Just
she put it on him.
Did you take off the wall?
He thought he was going to try to do something by surprising her coming back.
No, I told her. I was like, you're gone for the week. Let me get this painting up you've been wanting to have up for the whole time. No, it was basically the anchors and then previous work that had been done that I wasn't being careful about. And then it got to the point where I was like, this is either going to
It gets
take out
sketchy.
half the wall.
You have
Yeah,
to pre-drill.
take a big
You
chunk.
definitely have to
absolutely.
pre-drill. You cannot just screw anything into it because
For sure.
it will literally crumble in your hand.
Yes, and they don't make plaster walls no more, so it's hard.
No, they do not. They don't make them in
something
newer
else.
houses. So your older houses, I definitely had to look that up because
No,
I
but
got my TV hanging off of one side.
Can we talk about
So
bad TV mounts? That stuff will fall. That happened. Okay,
listen,
I'm somewhat.
right.
I can be somewhat handy. B. I had a TV fall off the wall at
That's not handy, Chris. If
at
the damn
2:30
thing fell off the
at
wall.
2:30 in the. Listen, both of you had a few mess ups. We all take a swing. That thing
Not
fell
no
off
major
at.
shit like that. That sounds like
It's
somebody
not really
breaking in your
major.
house.
No, that's exactly
That's
what I thought.
major.
It had me.
I know
It had
you
me.
did.
It had me with a knife. I was like, it's on. Middle of the night.
I
It was like,
know.
really? Yeah, it was just the TV.
Yeah, that's a major mishap. And that's money. Did
I
the
definitely-
TV break? You didn't break the
Oh yeah.
television.
Oh yeah. It was over. With.
the first night I hung the entertainment system up there, I did lay awake and like just waiting to hear it fall and crumble. I'm not gonna lie, that fear was definitely there because I've never hung anything up on a plaster wall, so it was literally like my senses were like on full alert. Like if I hear a big crash, I'm not even gonna get up. I'm just gonna let it be what it is.
Just let it be. Like I'll check on that in the morning.
Yeah, basically. Yep. I was on high
Well,
alert.
love, I'm gonna let you go, and I just appreciate
All right.
you bearing with us these 2 days because you know you was in
No
wait
worries.
yesterday, and we had a little mishap, but we're back here on Wiggle in the Middle Wednesday, having our Tighten Up Tuesday, and I sure appreciate. Oh, there you go, Wiggle in the Middle, and I sure appreciate you, Tristan. And if anything, Chris doesn't have anything else to say. I'm gonna let you go, love, and I'll see you
All right.
probably in like another 3 or 4 weeks.
Great
Coming
work,
back to
Tristan.
do some more
Call
tool
me and I'll be here.
demonstrations. You know I will. Thank you, ma'am. Have a good
All right,
one.
thank you. Have a
All
good
right,
one.
love you. Thank you so much,
Bye-bye.
Tristan.
All right.
All
Chris,
right.
that was amazing.
That was.
Because I need to get my level up. Now niggas gonna be sending me stuff. I'm like, girl, get you some tools. You
Oh
ain't
my
hear the word,
goodness.
Chris. We gonna send
I
you money
did
for
hear
some
that.
tools. Because I gotta get my tools up. All the shit I'm doing, I gotta get me a workstation. I'm about to turn my garage into a workstation.
Let's
But
give
Chris,
some
before
love.
I get into the,
Let's
while you
give some
doing
love.
that,
Baby Ruth Candy 85. There's
I
your
gotta get some
acknowledgement.
love.
Thank you so
Oh.
much for tuning in. All kidding aside.
Let me go
Heaven
and do
sent.
my dance.
Heaven Sent took notes from Tristan. I'm getting called out saying I should just call a handyman for CB. For some things you should, but no, it's funnier to tell you guys about the mess ups. I mean, I've fixed a few things in my day, but you know what? I'm humble. I'll share the losses along with the victories. B, what else we got?
I got a lot of cash happening. Oh, love the show.
You better
Chris.
get dancing.
Oh, I didn't get to show no love during.
You get somebody great like Tristan on, you got to enjoy the,
That's
the
right.
information.
I wanted to make sure she got her shining, but now, I'm about to dim the lights.
Hey,
Oh.
Joy has a good idea. A new set of tools can be the new Cash App goal.
Ow. I don't know. I got more. I need to work on this house. Y'all start sending me money for shit like that. I'm gonna be like, let me go and fix this
Yeah,
up.
B's
get a new
gonna have a
roof.
new addition to the house. Yeah,
Right. This is for Laura. And Devin. And Helen. Maduro. They knew. This for Mark. And Phyllis. And Mariah. Ooh, Michelle. Lena. We got a lot of folks in the house.
Riri's leveling up for tonight because of all the great information. Kathy is having a great time as well. If you all want to follow, one more time, we'll flash Tristan's Instagram handle for the 740th time. So we'll go ahead and make sure you follow at J5 Hobbies on Instagram.
Low. They might as well keep playing that music because, after we do the Irks and Works real quick, we got to do the Chris Deasy, and then we'll be done. It's almost 11.
You do whatever you want to do. It's Wednesday. Last night, Spectrum took us out. Tonight, I think we made up for it. You've done a great show, B.
I think we did. Thank you. I hope people enjoy it. I hope we get some good comments, which we always do. I'm giving this shout out for this Irks and Works to Pearl. And I really like this one. Yeah, she sent. She got 2, but I'm saving one for next week because the first one. Shout out to my girl Picasso Pearl. Her irk is, I hate when people send me a text asking me to call them when it takes less time to simply press one key and get to me faster. Keystroking takes longer. The works. I don't text back. They will eventually call me. These are never emergencies as people dial during those.
Some phone etiquette. Some phone etiquette.
If you just, why are you going to text me saying call me? Why don't you just call me? Or just call. I don't get that, because if you're doing all of this, you, like she said, just pick up the phone and hit one number, or you can just say on your phone, "Hey Siri, call," and be done with it. Oh shit!
No, you're gonna call
Siri.
somebody.
If you're talking about who is do, they are not in your contact.
That's not a person.
So shout out to Pearl for her irks, and she said the work is just don't text back. Eventually they'll call. So that does make sense.
Nice.
Oh, Grace, you know what time it is. It's the Ask Chris Deasy. We just had my song on.
This is an exciting time for me. I wore my finest jacket. We're here to take questions for Ask Chris Deasy.
Is this the Jane Pittman?
You can call that whatever you want.
She on the move.
It's March. We're nearly 30 episodes into this, and B loves the segment. So you all get your Ask Chris Deasy questions ready, and let's see what we can come up with tonight. And B, you start things off with a question too. I haven't seen it yet, but I heard tonight's a doozy.
Oh, okay. It is. My question for the Ask Chris Deasy is, do dogs fight in your neighborhood? Like if you walked outside and seemed like people walking dogs, and next thing you say, oh, you see 2 dogs just fighting. Is that a common occurrence in your neighborhood?
So we're like in the in-between on that. So we have like a city neighborhood, but like there's a park across the street. So there's a lot of people that will report loose dogs on the next door.
I asked you.
No.
Did you?
No.
So like you have never got up in the morning on the way to work, people seeing it, and they're walking their dog, and the next thing you know, 2 dogs are fighting?
Are they loose or are they...
No, like on a leash. I'm talking about like the people are walking.
Oh, that happens.
Dogs.
Yeah. I live across from a really big park, and there's always... Where I see it is you'll see it on next door. You'll get a notification and be like, me and Fluffy were attacked in the park. Why, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's what it'll typically happen. Or it'll be a report of, like, a loose dog when somebody's... Because it's a very pedestrian neighborhood. Like, a lot of people walking their dogs a lot. So, sometimes, but it's not...
it's not like...
It's not rampant.
Blood in the dog neck is chunk is missing in the...
So where are you going with this?
I'm just asking because this happens in my neighborhood all the time. And now I'm to the point where I hear it and I'll be like, oh shit, I ain't even going outside.
They're just scrapping?
Yes, Chris. I did it live on Instagram because I was so irked because it was horrible. All you could hear this lady screaming like from the it was like gut wrenching.
It was real.
Get off my dog, get off. So I'm like, oh, here they go with these dogs again, and their neighbors. So I walk out in the back of the line. Now everybody is out there. It was bad, and I ain't never seen nobody punch dogs. They should have called a P on their head. They was out there, woo, woo, woo. It
was real, huh?
It was real. They was trying to get them loose.
It won't stop. Like, I mean,
the lady broke her hand, finger got bit off. It was bad.
What do you mean bit off? Like torn?
Like the dog. Yeah, like when she was trying to pull the jaws loose, the dog was locked on the other dog's neck. So it was like all this blood. It was bad. So it was bad. That's when I came in the house. I was like, I can't look at this no more. And I said, this shit go on all the time. But it was horrible. And they couldn't get the dogs unlocked.
No.
And this is the second time.
Yeah.
So somebody in this, like people with traffic was stopped. This is how bad it was.
Just watch them start throwing dollars out.
And the tow truck man, he got out. He stopped. He got out and maced the 2 dogs.
So did they?
And they broke it up. Yeah.
So they,
then it was all. Yeah. Then the girl was banging on the other girl door, talking about, "Come out here! Why you was punching my dog?" And
my God.
Yes, I'm like,
No,
Oh, but look,
there would be
after I did
animal
the-
control officers and
Chris,
yeah.
After I did the post, I did a live because I couldn't even get my day started. I was getting my day started, and then all this drama jumped up. I did the post. Somebody in Philly hit me up and said that they hit it in the comments. You can read it on my comments. They said that happened in their neighborhood before, and their neighbor just put his finger in the dog booty.
Oh.
And then the dog, me and Dennis almost died. I almost died in the living room.
I mean, that's.
She said he stuck his finger in the dog in his pit bull's butt, and it made him unlock.
Oh man, they got lucky. There's plenty of dogs that's not gonna stop them. Yeah.
Shit, if I was a dog and I heard some shit like that, I'd be like, you know what, you ain't gotta do that. I'm done. What if the dog? Unlocked.
What if the dog kept biting, but it went?
Oh, that's nasty, Chris. I can't believe she said her neighbor stuck his finger.
That's terrible. Yeah, that's the problem. I got it. So their jaw. It's like, oh, they have lockjaw. Like that's not a thing. But you need to actually realize if you have a pit bull or you have a strong dog, like the only way, unless you get lucky and you can catch a choke, and you better really, they're moving around more than you think too. The only way you can do it, and people are like, oh, brake sticks are illegal or whatever. That's the only way you're going to pop their jaw quickly and efficiently. And it's a hard piece of plastic, unfortunately, used by people that probably like fight dogs and stuff. But it's that, I mean, you have to pop their jaw open. Like that's.
Or you just use your finger, Chris.
You go right ahead. What
if you wave your finger in front of the dog and they see that finger, they be like, oh, you ain't go with that bullshit.
Start liking it. I'm telling you.
They're gonna be like, oh, let me go and do what I got.
Oh man.
Let me let go.
Okay. Well,
I'm
sorry to hear about your neighbors, and I'm sure that
they're not my neighbors. They're actually behind me on another. They're the street behind me, but it's like behind my alleyway, driveway, so we can walk out my back door and see the shit on the next block. But it's a mess. And it's happened before, so that's why I have no sympathy.
Yeah,
so
that's a problem, and I know neighborhoods where I think that what you're talking where that happens more often. Let's see, Lyella, Lyella. Has Chris ever made it rain?
Oh, Chris, that's a good question.
I didn't read that.
Have you ever made it rain, Chris?
Man, anytime I go to a strip club, I'm trying to think. Probably in
I want
some
the people
capacity,
to know, Chris,
it would have been ones with $10. Now it wouldn't have been like
that
20,
ain't making it rain, Chris.
Or anything.
See, Chris don't never answer the questions, and I'm sure the people. He always.
So then, no is the answer.
Yeah,
I thought I had
because making it rain is not no $10.
I know you got to do like $1,000 probably. Did you play any sports in high school, Chris? Lena, yes, I played basketball for 12 years. There you go. Want some more?
Chris, have you ever thrown coins in the strip club?
Thrown coins? I think you'd get kicked out for that.
Making it hell.
See, if I would have said that, I'd have got tomatoes thrown at me. That's so funny. KD, Chris Deasy, did your family save the bacon grease in a Folgers can? I think we talked about this.
We did talk about that.
Yeah, at some point. There's probably that. Chris made it drizzle, says CB.
Made it. Is that drizzle or is that condensation?
Tristan says we're gonna hoop. Man, I used to be able to dunk, and I used to be pretty decent, and I'm slow, and everything hurts now. So I don't know.
Well, Chris, I was waiting on Edie to send me her Holly Hold'em down story. It didn't get to me on time. That's Sherry's assistant.
I'm gonna do some research where I have some too. I know my family's got to have some that I'm probably just not aware of it.
Yeah, somebody's done something janky.
Yeah,
in your
absolutely.
Family.
And these are
along
great
the lines
stories
that you may not have known about or you find out about.
Quincy's made it rain before. Interesting.
Okay.
All right.
Ask Quincy how much is making it rain. If you throw up like 100 ones, is that making it rain? Or if you throw up like 20 ones?
I mean, yeah, we need to get an official amount, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ask Quincy to reply what was making it rain for him.
Yeah, what was that? What was the time?
When he made it rain, how much did he throw up?
Chris, have you ever eaten government cheese?
Lord.
No.
Chris, they really just trying to see how much black you got him. You know we get all these black questions.
What this is just getting out of hand. Chris, do you ever eat ass? From Jasmine.
Oh no. See, you ain't gotta read no shit like that, Chris.
I was
You
so
say that for two
absurd.
funny mamas.
It was so absurd. Chris, how do you make collard greens? Riri, I don't make collard greens. They're just testing me now. Yeah.
They're testing you. Yes, they are.
Oh my gosh,
Well,
you guys are the best.
I guess I'll have to save. Hopefully, Edie will get this story to me, and I want to read it for next week for the Holly Holding Down. So, other than that, I'll have Grace show my little.
Stop it.
My four.
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
You can read another question. You know, we only supposed to have 2 Chris Deasy questions. But because you are so entertained by these questions, and they be asking you shit that's super duper funny, I gotta hear it. What is it, Chris?
Oh my gosh! I just saw that MM says I made it thunderstorm 10 grand at Scores in New York. I don't believe that. No way. I mean, maybe. I mean, if I
know who MM is. 10 grand.
MM went home with a bar winch. Maybe this did happen, man.
Oh.
Did I ever drink sugar water?
Oh, Chris. If you ain't never had sugar water, I'm gonna take your Chris. I'm gonna take a D. I'm gonna take an E out the Deasy. You better say yes.
Of course. Oh yeah, big sugar water guy.
Chris, you ain't never had no damn sugar water. Why you telling that story?
Tristan says Chris got jungle fever. What are we doing?
I know you ain't never had no sugar water.
What are we doing?
I can't even drink. I hated sugar water and sugar bread.
Has Chris ever purchased boosted clothes from the barber shop? I think I bought a pair of boosted. Listen, I'll shut up, B. We can get out of here. But have you
ever bought something from a booster?
I think so, and I didn't realize it because so I wear a size 14 shoe, right? And I don't normally do this, but something came across, and I found some New Balances on Facebook Marketplace that were like brand new, never been worn, size 14. I was like, holy shit, wow, this isn't normal. You don't find that much. And there I looked them up. These are $140 New Balances, and the people wanted like $40 for them, and I was like, holy cow, they were probably a gift, and I justified it in my head.
Chris,
and then I drove over to Illinois, met them at a gas station, bought them. They were there. They were cool. The guy was nice, but the more I thought about it, I was like, yeah, that's these are $130. A booster is
somebody when you're in Marshall's.
Yeah.
And you're
Melanie Camacho just did a movie about it.
Yeah, and then they sitting down and they be like, I got them earbuds. And they trying on shoes. And the next thing you know, you done bought you some earbuds for $50. That's a booster. Because they got the bag right there looking like they trying on shoes in Marshall's.
Oh.
So, yeah. Or if he met you at your car and you're walking to your car and he popped the trunk and he'd be like, I got them 14s right here in my trunk. I saw you in there. They ain't had your shoe size, but I got these right here in my trunk. That's a booster.
Okay.
They gotta run up on you, or you catch them. They catch you off guard.
No, I know.
And you be like, oh shit, I ain't even know I needed them knives, but I'll get them. Like I'll take that set of.
Yeah, sure. Sounds like a plan.
What's the chef? Ramsey. I'll take that set of Chef Ramsey knives for $3. It's a booster. All right. Well, Grace, if you want to throw my flyers up, I do want to apologize for this first show because I've been getting a lot of hits. People want to come to this show, and it's an event that you have to register for the whole summit. And the registration is shut down. So that's why you can't go on Eventbrite and just get tickets to the comedy show alone. We're actually performing during a award ceremony. It's called the Sis Stars. So yeah, I'm sorry if you can't get tickets to this because you had to register for the event. It's a week long. I didn't know that until today. I found that information out. So it's just going to be us and a lot of congressional women and district women and judges. And all that.
It's a fancy. Now, do you work clean? Do you have to work clean for that?
I am going to wash. I think I'm going to take a shower and make sure.
Jesus, your material have to be clean.
I don't know, Chris. I'm going to see if they pay me first. If they give me my money when I walk in.
Yeah.
If I don't get my money till after the shop, then that means we ain't getting your money if you say 9 cuss words. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Wait. So when you walk in,
Did we get all the shows,
It's open
Grace?
season.
Okay, we're good to go. All right.
Yeah, we're good to go. I wanted to show those two, and then I got this.
Oh, you got
is
one
here
more.
in Philly. Yeah, that's my show here in Philly with my man Touré. So
You got VIP tables. That's noon showtime.
Yes.
Noon seating at noon.
Showtime.
Show at 1, and that's at
Nice
comedy by
band,
Touré.eventbrite.com. Okay, so keep an eye out on B's Instagram, and you can get your tickets. There's an Eventbrite link, and you can go see B at brunch. The comedy brunch is strong these days.
People are loving them because people want to be in the house before it get dark. It's not safe out. It ain't safe. It ain't safe. It ain't safe. It ain't safe in these streets out here.
Yeah.
So a lot of people just want to get home, Chris. Somebody just got shot. I hate to say it. At a rec center. It was on the news, like maybe 3 miles from me, maybe about 2 miles from here. Just walking across the rec center, cutting through, and got robbed by 2 dudes and killed for no reason. It's like, what is going on?
Right.
It's a crazy world. So I just pray for the world.
Yeah.
And with that being said, I think we can call it a night, Chris. It was a great 2-hour show.
Hey, I hope this made up for we had to crowdfund our internet bill to get that taken care of. No, actually, I like that B checked up on it, that there was other internet down in the area.
I sure did.
You did.
I was like, let me call. I was about to call my mama, but I knew she wasn't going to answer the phone.
Oh, my
Because she mad she ain't got cable. So I couldn't even ask her ass anyway. I thought about it. So
that's so funny. Well, yes, be back here on Tuesday next week. B, you'll have a special. We have a special guest. When's Ian coming on? 2 weeks?
Yeah, on the 22nd.
Okay.
I didn't really want, in case Sherri pops back on maybe, but
there
I
you
really
go.
didn't want to do a special guest because look how long this show took. And I still have my frugal flip to get through.
For sure.
Next week.
And tune in tomorrow. We're going to be live for Two Funny Mamas with Kym and Sherri at 4:30 Central. So typically the show is supposed to come out at 2 p.m. on Thursdays. We're going to be live for Two Funny Mamas tomorrow, so get your questions ready for Sherri and Kym. And you can watch Kym on The Wendy Show the rest of this week. I popped it on YouTube, played the replay here. Come on back now. Come on back now.
Go, Kym.
Kym and Finesse on The Wendy Show. And there you go. Just wanted to get that out there. Tune in tomorrow for Two Funny Mamas Live at 4:30 Central, not 2 p.m. Central.
And Chris, let me know if you need me to pop on the live.
You kind of want to get on there. You miss hanging out at on the Two Funny Mamas format.
I miss my soror. I miss Kym. I miss Kym and Sherri because they're busy. We all busy, but everybody know what I'm
busy.
doing.
But you get on there and you start having fun, and you're like, this is why we do it.
See, they getting busy money. I'm doing busy work. It's a difference. It's a damn difference,
now,
Chris.
Till you take it all over. That's right. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Thanks to Tristan. Thanks to Sherri. Be sure you're following all of us on Instagram. And you guys are the best.
Chris, you know how to Dougie?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Teach me.
What about Millie Rock?
Show me how. Show me how to Dougie. And B, let's get a picture after the show. Great show, everybody. We're back next week. Thanks to Grace and everybody else for making it happen.
Oh, yeah, I better sit down for my
Buyjack.com/B-Flat for your merchandise. We'll see you Tuesday.
I love this.